Welcome back to the BBQ Beautiful podcast, where we talk about all things smoked meat and so much more, including hilarious stories about our farm to table lifestyle and our love of the outdoors. Be sure to tune in till the end of the episode for this week's feature recipe and how to qualify for the BBQ Brag to Win giveaway contest. Episode 3. Let's do this. Hey there, meat lovers. Welcome back to the BBQ Beautiful podcast. Today, we're going to about something that might be new to a lot of you. We're talking about the art of whole animal butchery for barbecue. That's right, we're talking about using the whole animal. Because if you're going to raise and eat meat, why not get every last morsel? Now, before any of you get all vegan on me, let's set the record straight. This isn't just about chowing down on juicy steaks. Oh no. This is about embracing sustainability, respecting the animal, minimizing waste, and let's be honest, making your taste buds dance. So grab your forks, sharpen your knives, and let's dig in. So what the heck is farm to table whole animal butchery? Picture this. You stroll into your butcher shop, and instead of seeing the usual cuts, like ribeye and the ever popular chicken breast, there's a whole animal hanging there. No, it's not a scene from a horror movie. This is farm to table whole animal butchery. This method is about sourcing an entire animal, usually from a local farmer that treats its livestock better than most of us treat our houseplants. We're talking about animals that have lived their best lives, frolicking in fields, munching on grass, and who knows, they may have even got rubbed down with oil. These farmers raise their animals with care, ensuring they have access to pasture and are treated like the little celebrities they are. Here on the farm, the animals are treated better than I am, and I mean by a lot. So, what's the process? First up, obviously, we have the farmers. They're the unsung heroes of the meat world, folks. These are the people raising animals in humane conditions, focusing on quality over quantity. They know that happy animals make better meat. It's like the difference between a stressed out office worker and a chill beach goer. One of them is just going to make a tastier taco. Joking. Then comes the butchery. Skilled artisans break down the whole creature like a well oiled machine. They're using traditional techniques to turn that hanging animal into cuts you didn't even know existed. Ever had a beef tongue taco? Heart, liver, or nose? If not, you're missing out on a culinary experience that'll make you rethink your life choices. Now let's talk about the artistry involved in butchery. Whole animal butchery isn't just a job, it's a craft, an art form. Understanding the anatomy of an animal is crucial. It's like being a meat surgeon, folks. Butchers need to know exactly where to make those cuts. It involves skillfully breaking down the carcass into primal cuts like shoulders, loins, and ribs. And let's not forget about the parts that often get overlooked. Have you ever tried liver pate? If not, you're missing out on a spread that could make you the star of any charcuterie board. Seriously, don't knock it until you've tried it. Plus, there's the magic of preserving and curing meats. Techniques like dry aging and brining enhance the flavor and tenderness of the meat. It's like giving your steak a spa day before it hits the grill. When you bite into a perfectly cured piece of meat, you're experiencing flavors that mass produced cuts simply can't replicate. It's the difference between a symphony and a kazoo concert. Now, let's get serious for a moment. Sustainability. You hear it in the news, it's the talk at work. But what is it in this case? By using every part of the animal, we're reducing waste. We're not just tossing aside the bits we don't like. We're talking about a full on nose to tail approach that honors the animal and minimizes our ecological footprint. And hey, sourcing locally means a smaller carbon footprint. That's right, folks. Less transport means fewer emissions. It's like driving a hybrid car, but way tastier and a lot more fun at dinner parties. Think about it. When you buy local, you're supporting the community, reducing transportation emissions, and getting fresher meat. If you've read any of the BBQ Beautiful blog articles, we're always pushing to start with a quality product sourced from a local farmer or local butcher shop. Of course, let's not forget about biodiversity. When farmers raise a variety of animals, it promotes a healthier ecosystem. You're helping maintain genetic diversity, which is crucial for resilience. So the next time you sink your teeth into a well sourced cut of meat, know you're helping save the planet one bite at a time. And don't let anyone else tell you differently. Here at the farm, we raise chickens, turkeys, pigs, and cattle, and are extremely proud to do so. Now let's talk about the quality and flavor when you grow your own meat or have access at a local butcher shop. Freshness is the key. We're talking about meat that hasn't been sitting in a freezer longer than a polar bear's winter hibernation. You want that meat to be as fresh as your morning coffee. And when you go the whole animal route, you get access to cuts you didn't even know existed. Ever tried a lamb shank, pork shank, beef shank, or a Thor's hammer as it's called when you're looking at social media and seeing all these slow cooked to perfection and falling off the bone beef shanks? You'll discover flavors and textures that will make you question every sad piece of chicken you've ever had. Seriously, folks, a well prepared Thor's hammer will make you the cock of the walk. Plus, this method encourages culinary experimentation. You get to play with a wider variety of cuts, which means your cooking game just leveled up. Another thing we constantly push here at BBQ Beautiful: keep experimenting until you find the flavors that work for you and the people at your table. And for the ethically inclined, this method supports animal welfare. You can feel good about how you're eating, knowing that that animal lived a good life. It's like saying, hey, I'm not just a carnivore, I'm a responsible carnivore. So while your friends are out there munching on mystery meat, you can stand tall and say, I only eat ethically sourced farm to table greatness. Plus, transparency is key. Knowing where your meat comes from fosters trust between the consumer and producer, something in today's world is completely lost. You're not just a faceless buyer, you're part of a community. You know the farmer's name, the animal's backstory, even what they ate and how they were finished. Let's be honest, there are challenges too. It can be a bit pricey, but again, good quality doesn't come cheap. It's like buying artisanal cheese, quality truck, or a nice home. You're paying for that fancy cow who probably had a better social life than you did. But hey, when you're sinking your teeth into a perfectly marbled ribeye, you'll understand exactly where your money went. Then there's accessibility. Not everyone has a local butcher practicing whole animal butchery. And let's not forget about education. If you can't tell the difference between a ribeye and a flank steak, we probably have a bit of a problem here. Speaking of education, it's crucial. Consumers may need a crash course on the less familiar cuts and how to cook them. You're going to want to know how to turn a beef cheek into a culinary masterpiece instead of a confusing mystery at dinner for your guests. There are plenty of resources out there, from cookbooks to online tutorials, and so don't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty and check out the BBQ is Beautiful blog on the website for recipes. And let's not ignore the culinary community. We're starting to see many chefs embracing whole animal butchery, and they're eager to share their knowledge. If you ever find yourself at a farm to table dinner, take advantage of the opportunity to ask a lot of questions. You might just walk away with some amazing tips or even a family secret recipe. Now, shifting gears, let's talk about the community impact. Supporting local farms means you're boosting the local economy. You're helping create jobs and keeping those little farms in business. Think about it. When you buy direct from local farms, you're investing in your community. You're supporting farmers who care about livestock and the environment. You're also encouraging the preservation of a traditional butchery technique. It's a win win scenario, folks. And you know what they say, you can't spell community without meat. Joking. So let's get back to the culinary techniques. Whole animal butchery isn't just about slicing meat, it's an art form. From nose to tail, this approach ensures minimal waste and maximum flavor. Chefs and home cooks alike can explore the diversity of flavors and textures available in these different cuts. For example, let's talk about the less popular cuts. You know, the ones that often get overlooked in favor of the more glamorous steaks. This is where the magic happens. Cuts like the chuck or the shank can be turned into hearty stews. Have you tried organ meats? Delicious. Oddball steaks that are harder to cut in mass quantities, so you rarely see them in the grocery store meat case. Talk to your butcher. Ask them to cut you a specific piece of meat. And let's not forget about stocks and broths. Those bones, they're absolute gold. You can make a rich, flavorful stock that serves as the foundation for soups and sauces. It's like turning your scraps into liquid gold. Who knew that being frugal could taste so good? Here at the farm, we make gallons of bone stock to make rich gravies and sauces you see in the videos on social at BBQ Beautiful. Now, let's talk about some specific culinary techniques. One of the most fundamental skills in whole animal butchery is learning how to break down the animal. It requires a deep understanding of anatomy, precision, and a bit of muscle. Once you know how to break down the carcass, you can get creative in the kitchen. Experiment with different cooking techniques. Try slow roasting a whole shoulder, putting it on the smoker, braising those tougher cuts into a melt in your mouth experience. And don't forget about seasoning. Whole animal butchery opens up a world of flavor combinations. Whether you're marinating a brisket or simply seasoning a chop with salt and pepper, the possibilities are absolutely endless. It's your chance to unleash your inner culinary artist and create something truly memorable. Check out BBQ Beautiful's lineup of rubs and seasonings, also great for wild meat. As awareness grows and consumer demand increases, farm to table whole animal butchery has the potential to change the way we think about meat consumption. It fosters a deeper connection between what we eat and how it's produced. Imagine a world where consumers are educated, where local farms thrive, and where sustainability is at the forefront of our food choices. That's the future we can create if we embrace these principles. So let's raise a toast, figuratively, of course, to the farmers, the butchers, the chefs, and all the food lovers out there helping make this movement a reality. Together, we can contribute to a healthier planet and more resilient communities. So, what have we learned today? Farm to table whole animal butchery is not just a culinary trend, it's a delicious revolution. You get high quality meat while supporting local economies and minimizing waste. Again, it's a win win. Of course, unless you're a tofu factory, but sorry, we're not sorry for that. As you fire up the grill this weekend or head to your local butcher, remember, every steak tells a story, and you're the one holding the fork. Dive into the world of whole animal butchery, explore new cuts, experiment, and most importantly, enjoy every bite. Today's feature recipe, smoked baby back ribs. Who doesn't like a good rack of baby back ribs? Prep time, roughly 20 minutes. Dry brine, as usual, 4 to 24 hours. and your cook time roughly 5 to 6 hours on the pit. So when it comes to choosing baby back ribs for your barbecue, there are several factors to consider, so you end up with a tender, flavorful rib that will impress your guests. Baby back ribs, also known as loin or back ribs, cut from the top of the rib cage near the spine. They are shorter and more curved than spare ribs. They are leaner with more meat between the bones. Baby back ribs are prized for their tenderness and quick cooking time compared to other rib cuts. Some things to look for: freshness. Looking for ribs that are bright pink with minimal browning. Thickness. Anytime you're smoking meat, look for the thickest cut possible and opt for ribs that are evenly cut and of uniform thickness. This ensures even cooking and consistent texture throughout the rack. Choose racks with a good meat to bone ratio. More meat between the bones means more flavorful and juicy ribs after cooking. Check for marbling. A good amount of intermuscular fat within the meat ensures tenderness and adds flavor during the cooking process. Flexibility. When picking up the rack, it should have some flexibility without breaking. This indicates that the ribs are not overly tough and will cook to a tender texture. Tips for selecting and preparing your baby back ribs. Talk to your butcher. Don't hesitate to ask for recommendations or help to select the best ribs available. They can even help trim the fat or silver skin if needed. And if you're new to cooking ribs, they can even remove the membrane for you. Storage and handling. If you're not cooking immediately, store the ribs in the coldest part of your refrigerator and use within a few days for best freshness and flavor. Preparation. Before cooking, remove the thin membrane or the silver skin from the back of the ribs for better seasoning absorption and tenderness. Seasoning. Apply your favorite dry rub generously to both sides of the ribs, ensuring all surfaces are well coated for maximum flavor. We recommend a thin layer of BBQ Beautiful base layer and BBQ Beautiful honey heat, a liberal coating on both sides for this recipe. That honey heat makes good ribs. And as always, source your meat at a local butcher shop or a local farmer if possible. What you're going to need for this recipe: baby back ribs. The number of racks based on your needs or how many you're going to eat or how many guests you have coming. Make extra. They're just as good the next day reheated. Rub. Again, we're recommending BBQ Beautiful base layer and BBQ Beautiful honey heat for this recipe, but use your favorite rub or experiment and build your own. Brown sugar, aluminum foil, spritz. For the spritz, you want 1 cup of apple juice, 1 cup of your favorite vinegar, 2 tablespoons hot sauce, 1 tablespoon Wersch. Again, not going to say that whole word, I will butcher it. 1 tablespoon maple syrup, and then 1 tablespoon of the BBQ Beautiful honey heat dissolved in boiling water. Directions. Step 1. Remove the ribs from its packaging, dry thoroughly with paper towels, and trim ribs of excess fat. Step 2. Remove the membrane from the back of the ribs and season liberally with your favorite rub. Step 3. Place in the fridge uncovered for 4 to 24 hours to dry brine. Cannot stress this enough. Do not skip this step. Plan ahead. Get that flavor into the meat. Step 4. Set up your smoker for a low and slow cook. 250 to 275. Fill the water pan. If your smoker doesn't have a water pan, use an aluminum foil pan. Step 5. Place the ribs on the pit with the meat side up and the thickest end facing the firebox. Step 6. Cook for 3 hours without opening the lid while maintaining the temp between 250 to 275. Step 7. Mix the spritz ingredients in a spray bottle and shake well. Step 8. After 3 hours, open the lid and spritz the meat. Make sure to refill the water pan if running low, Again, this ensures a humid cooker, helping keep the ribs moist and provide a convection type cooking environment. Step 9. Simply flip the ribs over and continue cooking for 2 hours, ensuring you spritz the ribs every half an hour. Step 10. Again, you have options. 2 options at this point. Option 1. Flip the ribs back over, meat side facing up, and cook until the internal temp reaches roughly 195, or probe tender. Be sure to test often, as ribs can finish quickly, and this is the no wrap method. So give it a shot. Make sure you're experimenting and finding out what works for you. Option 2. Put 3 teaspoons of butter on the bottom of aluminum foil. Sprinkle 3 tablespoons of brown sugar on top of the butter. Place the ribs meat side down and add the same amount of butter and brown sugar on the top of the ribs. Spritz the ribs in foil, double wrap, and place back on the pit for 1 hour. Again, this is rough. Make sure you're testing to ensure the tenderness that you're looking for. Step 9. Remove from the smoker and let rest for at least a half an hour. Make sure you open the tin foil to let out the steam if you've wrapped to slow or stop the cooking process so they don't get over tender. Step 10. Slice and enjoy. For this recipe and many more, make sure you check out the BBQ is Beautiful blog at www.bbqbeautiful.ca. Okay, it's time for our barbecue giveaway that we're calling BBQ Brag to win. One lucky listener will win some amazing barbecue merch that'll take your outdoor cooking to a whole new level. Whether you're a backyard beginner or a seasoned pit master, this giveaway is going to be for you. So what's up for grabs? First, a BBQ Beautiful bundle. This includes 1 BBQ Beautiful base layer, honey heat, brisket rub, and a spicy chimney from our lineup of seasonings and rubs. Next, 1 t-shirt and hat of your choice from the BBQ Beautiful website, www.bbqbeautiful.ca. And of course, there's going to be free shipping. How to enter? First, make sure you're subscribed to the BBQ Beautiful podcast on your favorite podcast platform. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode or an announcement. Next, connect with us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok at BBQ Beautiful. Then share our latest episode on your stories or feed, and don't forget to tag us. Use the hashtag BBQ Brag to win. BBQ BRAG TOWIN. This way we can easily find your posts. Finally, drop a comment on our giveaway post telling us about your favorite barbecue recipe, or share your best barbecue tip, pictures, or videos. And here's the kicker. For each additional entry you want to earn, simply engage with us. Like and share the posts, comment on our episodes, or even send us a voice message with your barbecue questions or stories. The more you interact, the more chances you have to win. So get creative and show us your barbecue. Let's talk about the timeline. You have until the 25th of each month to enter. Mark your calendars because we'll be announcing the first winner on November 29th. You don't want to miss it, and who knows, it could be you. Why are we putting on this giveaway? Well, we want to express our thanks to each and every one of you who tunes in each week. Your support means the world, and this giveaway is our way of giving back to this amazing barbecue community that we're building together. And we really do want to hear from you. So what topics do you want us to cover in future episodes? Are there any barbecue legends or techniques you want us to dive into? Share your thoughts in the comments when you enter the giveaway. This is all about community, and we want to make sure that we're bringing the content you all love. So to recap, subscribe to the podcast, Follow us on social. Share our latest episode using hashtag BBQ Brag to win. And comment on our giveaway post. It's that easy. Get excited because this is your chance to elevate your barbecue game with some awesome gear. Good luck to everyone out there, and may the best griller win.